Thanks for tuning in and bless your week, my leadership friends. Welcome to episode 22, Leading with Color, How to Profit from the Palette. Picture Wimbledon in the 1980s. I want to wear Bjorn Borg's Fila clothing, which is mostly white but has some blue stripes. The tennis stadium is quite proper and white, wall-to-wall white. I mean, the shorts are white, the skirts, the shirts. Wimbledon in the 1980s. Tennis was a parade of conformity. Tradition wrapped in fabric. I guess the ball was yellow, but everything else was white. And then came Andre Agassi. Neon shorts, acid bright shirts, and denim? Even denim. The commentators gasped. The audience squinted. Tennis purists clutched their pearls. But you couldn't look away. Agassi wasn't just playing tennis. Today's question: can you lead with color? And if you do, can it be one of the most profitable leadership decisions you ever make? Let's talk about the ancient power of color. Why? Because as humans, we do not evolve that fast. And color helped us define berries with vitamin C in them. And that helped us to avoid scurvy. Long before Pantone swatches with the color of the year, colors carried meaning. In the Old Testament, scarlet represented sin and sacrifice. Purple was for king, and it was extracted from tiny sea snails. So rare, it was literally worth more than gold. In the New Testament, white robes symbolized purity and triumph. Blue connected to heaven. Gold symbolized divinity. Color wasn't just decoration, it was an identity. It was status. It was destiny. Question: if your brand color walked into a room as a person, what kind of authority would it carry? Royalty, purity, rebellion, or calm? Let's talk about rebels, icons, and market leaders. Let's fast forward from the ancients. Mary Kay pink wasn't just a color, it was a movement. If you drove a pink Cadillac, you were likely selling cosmetics for Mary Kay. You were Mary Kay. You had a Mary Kay identity, and Mary Kay was the queen of closing. And according to her studies, she and her team closed more sales when they wore and showed up with pink. Pink products, pinky to pink, pink, pink. Tiffany blue, so iconic it's trademarked. No words on the box, just the color, and people cry before they even open it. Trust me, Tiffany is a good gift to give. Fisker's orange scissors, a humble tool turned instantly recognizable. I did a study for a guy named Peter Favilla who worked at Fisker's, where we added orange to the packaging and tested it. It was eye-catching on the shelves and went right along with that Carhartt Hunter vibe. Don't shoot me because I wear orange. Nike orange shoe boxes. Again, you can see it really well, like an orange, like what prevents scurvy. Branding starts the moment you touch the box. We could do a whole series of podcasts on the out-of-the-box experience. Anyway, Carhartt orange. The visibility saves hunters' lives. Interesting that you have orange and you also have camo, right? And camo is also something that had a big vibe and following amongst the Harley Davidson folks as well. Now Carhartt's orange and camo signals rugged authenticity. It's an idea again, right? And of course, Andre Agassi, back to him, turning neon into defiance, then into Nike shareholder value and dollars. Taylor Swift is now doing some orange writing and labeling on her imagery. And there are a bunch of folks that are doing a Me Too with that, following the Taylor Swift tidal wave of commerce. So question: where in your customer journey could color create a signature moment? Before your product is even used, let's talk about the science of color and the Me Too trap. Neuromarketing expert Martin Lindstrom has shown that colors fire up different parts of the brain, different pathways. Not surprising that orange means something different to a basketball coach getting shoes from Nike or a Carhartt hunter getting an orange vest, right? Lindstrom found that warm colors stimulate appetite. Cool colors communicate trust. Bold colors can project confidence or come off as arrogance. But here's the problem: our brains don't evolve as fast as Pantone's color of the year. That's why chasing trends is really dangerous. And part of the reason for my show on this topic is because people are chasing things and saying, me too, I'm going to do this too. But if you become a me too, you erode your regular branding efforts that you may have had for centuries for a moment. Remember the .com bubble? Everyone launched websites, and I can tell you a lot of them were red. Why? Because it was the hot color, red and black. The problem was it was also temporary. Companies that were red and black, like the good guys, because they followed fashionable moments, not research. I remember some of these same .com marketing experts being invited to American Marketing Association things and saying what they can tell you right now is they can't take the time to do a 4-week study. They said they don't have time for that. But one of those people I remember ended up having lots of time because within that year, the dude was unemployed because his market dried up. I'm joking a little bit now that it's like dieting, but every year there's a new fad, right? Grapefruit diet, cabbage soup, keto. You know, what doesn't change? Your body's need for actual nutrients, your eye's ability to see color. Same with branding. You can't survive on cabbage colored logos, right? Question: are you choosing a color that reinforces your long term identity or following the trend of the moment? Taylor Swift's song Shake It Up is a great song, but you may make more money and stay in business longer if you do not shake up your customers. As my airline captain friend says, don't scare the passengers. That's rule number one of being an airline pilot. Contemplate the costs of getting it wrong. Changing colors isn't just expensive, it's disruptive. Imagine repainting all the trucks, repackaging the products, reprinting the signage, redesigning your entire digital presence. And honestly, you have to have a presence at the top that says, no, we're sticking to this. This is who we are and this is what we're about. And the next time you have a new marketing VP branding person come in, make them prove that it's actually going to do something. And it's very hard to prove that you changing things does more than make a brand story for that marketing vice president to put in their resume for their next project or possibly their next job. Best practices is research before you roll out. Test with loyal customers first. Does the new color connect or confuse? 2, expand that research to prospects. Does it attract or repel? Most of us are trying to grow our businesses, and people, unlike trees that try and grow as much as they can, sometimes we create situations that kill business and stunt our growth. You can run digital A/B split tests, but I would caution from relying on a web marketing expert who maybe doesn't understand the grander scheme and the history with which you're looking at your company and your identity. A/B split tests are definitely cheaper than repainting 10,000 stores, though, and you want to validate things globally because there are different meanings in different countries. White means purity in the West, but mourning in Asia. I don't think that's why a Japanese bride's face is white, is it? Anyway, red means danger in some contexts, luck in other. I'm joking again a bit, but rebranding without research is like getting a tattoo after your third cup of coffee. Seems brilliant at the time, but 6 months later, you're asking, why is there a purple dragon on my ankle? I love the bumper sticker that says, coffee allows me to do stupid things faster with more enthusiasm. My leadership friends, I want you to try and lead with color for profit. How? With leadership techniques, of course. The greatest brands don't pick colors, they own them. And the leader guards it like grandma guarded the purse in National Lampoon's Vacation movie. Coca-Cola owns red. McDonald's owns yellow. Tiffany owns blue. Carhartt owns safety, orange, and camo. That's color leadership. Choosing deliberately, leading confidently, reinforcing consistently until your shade lives rent-free in the customer's brain. Question: what would it take for your organization to own a color so thoroughly that competitors wouldn't even dare touch it? Closing story. And takeaway back to Andre Agassi. He had a lot of people working with him and working on that rebel style that he had with his brand, his personal brand. He could have conformed, worn white, blended in. Instead, he chose neon. At first, people mocked it. Later, it was copied. Hugely profitable. I'm still talking about it. Colors, like leadership, aren't about decoration, they're about direction. From the purple robes of kings to the pink Cadillacs of Mary Kay's, from Nike's shoe boxes to Tiffany's jewelry boxes, history shows us something important. Leaders don't follow color trends, they set them. Think about it. Some people are attacking Cracker Barrel right now, and they simplified their font. A company could have a failure from a bad font. I've seen it happen, but bad fonts aren't the hugest thing to deal with, of course. What else has changed is what the customer might think, right? If you change the logo and you change the aesthetic, did you change the food? Is the food no longer good? What are the things that I have to worry about now because these other things changed? Whereas I have the brand that I trust and it looks the same. I can go to Krispy Kreme with the same logo and design. I expect the donuts to be the same as well. Delicious. Anyway, that's one of my kryptonites, Krispy Kreme donut. But people worry, they ask, why are they changing? Maybe they even say, let's go somewhere else until we know what's what with this new branding change. Is people badmouth and act like they are above Walmart and McDonald's, but everyone has been in one and most have made a purchase at one of these places in the last 6 months. Ancient wisdom and my experience in evaluating brands and doing brand audits tells me that colors and details matter. Just like in the last episode when we talked about words matter. And you want to direct your customer to say they love you and your product. They love your brand colors. Don't just chase Pantone. Lead with your color, test it, own it, and let it become part of your profit strategy and your legacy. If you're considering a color change, pause, research, ask, am I leading with color or following the crowd? I can help you with branding audits and thinking about the research and setting up a methodology to leverage your strengths versus your competition. It's not just as simple as you picking the color. If you do the Taylor Swift color and all your competitors do, what's the difference? Don't be the 58th organization to say me too to the Taylor Swift colors. Empower your leadership and evaluate your image with God in mind. Thanks for tuning in and bless your week, my leadership friends.